Yo, check it out. This is your boy Lionheart back at you again with another NBA 2K19 gameplay video. If you like the video, definitely feel free to hit that like,
Sports
subscribe,
pregame
and that
show.
notification bell so you know when I'm coming up with more. And once again, it's your boy
Setting the
Lionheart.
floor
Hope you
for the
enjoy the video,
Suns.
and I'm out
Booker
of
and
here.
Warren on the perimeter.
Peace.
Ayton is out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Brown in at the 1. Over in the corner, Warren. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offer scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids love it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have esports.
Holiday, the pass to Sabonis. Outside Turner. Some nice passing here by Indiana. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Brown against Holiday. Releases. Brown. Good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pacers trail by 3. And Holiday kicks to Bogdanovich. And Brown over to help. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 8. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a win against the Knicks in New York. Over in the corner, Warren. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, just working on extending that range, T.J. Warren in the offseason, wanting to be a better three-point shooter. Nice to see him knock one down.
Holiday finds Turner. Here's Oladipo. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Anderson. Holiday against Brown. He feeds it to Ayton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ayton's got his first points of the night.
And this is where Ayton does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone.
Holiday dishes to Turner. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Booker. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what I always thought the '86 Celtics were the best team. But the '86 Celtics were built, I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play. We're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net. And they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the '86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the '86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the '01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they'd won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did. And they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And then for Phoenix, Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Ayton. Risa comes in for Anderson. And it's Lee in for Devin Booker.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Trailing by 4. Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the '92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was like the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year, and were just unstoppable. All the role players were really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his power.
2 shots, gentlemen.
I would still say that.
The Pacers shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. The first free throw is good.
Well, effective ways that E'Twaun Moore can score. He's had some very good shooting years, and is going to find his way to the free throw line here.
The Suns making a switch here. Daniels is checked in. The jump hook, and Lee with the basket on the assist by Brown. And the Suns lead by 7. Galloway, the pass to Young. It's Evans on the wing. Down low. Galloway with the bucket.
Man, that's exactly the kind of ball rotation you want to see from Evans. Throws it to the wide open shooter.
Moore outside. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Now just a 3-point Phoenix lead. And for the Pacers, they come in off a great outing against New York. Brown kicks to Holmes. Here's Daniels. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Indiana's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. The Pacers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And so Moore nails both of them. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Brown down low. Ariza outside. 6 on the shot clock. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And three-pointers constituting the majority of Ariza's shot attempts in recent years. He won't hesitate.
Let's go. Galloway, no good. Brown the pass to Lee, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Courtney Lee, the journeyman, continues to excel no matter where it is that he unpacks his bags. Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
That one's not going to go. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Suns lead by 9. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. From what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
You saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after 1.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Trevor Ariza out there with Lee. Then there's Brown. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Well, insanity in their last outing against the Nuggets stepped up and delivered. He had 11 points and orchestrated the offense as he piled up the assists. A surprise attack from a guy who's typically viewed as a role player. Let's see if he can continue to play a larger role in tonight's game.
David, thanks. They asked a lot of him that night, and he didn't back down from any challenge.
And that was the best part of it. His effort level was fantastic. It didn't come easy for him. He had to work his tail off for everything he got.
And you know he's going to work just as hard tonight. I don't know if the stats are going to be the same. Might not be the same numbers, but the work, that'll be there.
Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament, maybe for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the entertaining as hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is, the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference, and then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple of days. You use the TV revenue from that because you could get good money from that to maybe shorten the season.
Great
which
idea.
would be, for me, the #1 thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. If there's too many nights where the players, I just think basketball is really hard to play.
With the teardrop, and he sinks the layup. Brown's got 12 points in the game.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
McDermott kicks to Evans. Back to McDermott. And finished off by McDermott.
And Evans is such a versatile player, showing it right there with that pass.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one's good. Daniels. We were talking about the length of the NBA season and various opinions on shortening it. I suppose, Bill, one argument is that you want regular season games to be more significant. And you want that regular season to mean something every night.
Mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
Make the pace, I don't know. When you get after the All-Star break, you can really feel these guys slogging through it. You know, and especially the good teams, like a team like Golden State. All they did all year was whine and complain. Oh, well, we knew this was going to be a hard season. It can't be that hard. You have 4 of the best 20 players. Like, settle down. I think you'll be fine. You're winning every game by 30 points.
Yeah.
But I wish they would tighten the season.
McDermott, no one around him. That's good. And so Galloway with the assist. That's 7 points for Doug McDermott.
And McDermott with a great foundation. Catch, shoot, fire.
Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only 1 ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on the team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever of the kids out there now would nominate.
And so it's Phoenix with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. Back to the action after this word. Teams. One side, both teams will make substitutions. Here's Booker. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Booker's got 10.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Bogdanovich outside of the 3 with Young down at power forward. Tyreek Evans out there with Oladipo. And it's Turner in at the 5 roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Now let's take a look at the top rookies in the league. Our rankings here for the race for Rookie of the Year. Distinction every young player would love to have. We'll take a look at Brown. He's got some work to do in order to get into that conversation, I think, but there are plenty of games left for him to make his mark.
And even though he hadn't necessarily set himself apart from the rest of that rookie class, you can see that his game does seem to be well-suited for the NBA.
I don't think there's a question about that. It's this stage for him about learning each and every day, both practices and games, and staying focused on how to get better.
To the middle. Ayton, the pass to Brown. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Suns number 1.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Oladipo.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Brown outside. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 17.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Back to Moore. The pass to Oladipo. Indiana moving it around. Evans, that's a two-pointer. Tries again. Young's shot is off. Phoenix leading by 8. Brown drives in. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Oladipo finds Turner, and stolen by Ayton. Brown, the pass to Anderson. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Ayton. Back to Brown. He dishes it to Ayton. Count that one. And it's a 12-point Suns lead.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammates.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And this is when Josh Jackson can be a problem. Out in transition, sprinting wide, filling the lane, and then filling it up.
Evans kicks to Oladipo. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And the Suns call time. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline.
Hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The Suns have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. And Brown drops them both. Pacers trail by 14. Doubled by Lee. To the middle. Here's Galloway. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Brown, the pass to Warren. Brown kicks to Lee. In the corner, Holmes with it. To the paint. Over in the corner, Warren. Clock is at 3. And here's Brown outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Evans feeling it out a bit. Passes it to Galloway. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 5 assists in the game.
Galloway! Passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Brown. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Indiana's gone 4-6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. It's Evans, top of the key. Here's Galloway. And the three off target. And it's Ariza with the ball for the Suns. At one point, they led by 16. Evans kicks to Moore. With some arc, and he lays it up and in. Moore's got 12.
Good touch on the inside from E'Twaun Moore. Never bashful about taking it right to the defense.
Brown the pass to Holmes. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Galloway finds Young. Right wing. McDermott for three. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ariza's got his fifth rebound in this one. Here's Warren. Connects in the foul line jumper. And now it's an 11-point Suns lead.
Yeah, mid-range is where he makes his game. T.J. Warren excellent at utilizing that area of the floor. Offensive plays drawn up for him there.
Pass to McDermott. Kicks to Evans. Over Ariza. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Is that a lounge chair or is that the post in the NBA? Evans showing how comfortable he is down low.
Holmes can't get it to go in.
Just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Here's Moore. Good D by Lee. Phoenix leading by 9. Warren the pass to Lee. And he gets the bucket. Lee's got his second basket.
Yeah, that's a smart pass as T.J. Warren does a solid job finding the open man.
Evans outside. 1:56 left in the third. In the corner, it's Galloway. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Galloway's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, he just nailed his second three of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
And there's the pass to Ariza. Brown feeling it out a bit. Five attempts for him at the line tonight. He's made 3. First free throw is good.
Well, the defense has failed to cut off any of these driving lanes, which is why they're resorting to fouling him, and he's hurting them from the charity stripe.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Pacers trail by 10. Pass to Moore. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Moore's got 14.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Brown against Moore. Brown down low. Shot is no good. Now 9 for 13 from the floor. To the paint. A floater. And it's laid in by Evans.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, a fourth turnover there. That's just a rough, sloppy game.
And the Suns making a change here. Daniels is checked in. Evans kicks to Moore. Indiana. The Pacers making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. Inside, Lee. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Suns.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for insanity.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Lee, T.J. Warren out there with Holmes. Then there's Brown, and it's Daniels in at the 3 slot. to the middle. And it's Brown missing. Enzo Galloway with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Inside. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Here's Brown. To the inside. Daniels passes to Holmes. Ball's knocked loose. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. More. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
That's pretty impressive. Just finding a little bit more of a creative way to score that time for each one more.
Here's Brown. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Suns lead by 20.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
The team came in fired up from the opening tip to see the focus, ready to do battle.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, congratulations on the win. You were the driving force out there on offense, so why were you so effective?
No, it was help I got from my teammates. I might have logged the points, but they did the stuff that doesn't show up in the box score. So I'd love to take all the credit, but honestly, they had just as much to do with the win as I did.
5 guys making it happen at a very important point of the season. Congratulations. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.